Hello everyone here, welcome to another insightful session right here on this channel with me, Tete. Today, I would be talking about a diploma course and not a master's course. I found this scholarship to be worth applying for, so then it was important for me, or it is important for me to share this scholarship with you. This scholarship is at the Institute of Tourism and Hotel Management in Austria. Yes, this is a fully funded scholarship at the Institute of Tourism and Hotel Management in Austria. If this is the first time you are watching any video via this channel, I am glad that you are here. I would encourage you to hit on the subscription button, like this video for me, and also hit on the post notifications so that as and when I release a new video, you would be notified. Without wasting much time, let's jump into the video for today. So I'm going to take you straight to the application process. But before then, this is about the Institute of Tourism and Hotel Management. I'll put this link in the description so that you can read about this institution. Okay, you do not need any degree to apply for this institution. With your high school qualifications or your secondary school qualifications, you can apply for this scholarship. I'm taking you straight to the application platform. Let's look at how you can apply for the program. However, I would be inserting all the relevant links in the description so that you can check out this information for yourself, verify it, and then put in your application. Okay, so this is the application information and downloads information. To apply for this program at ITH, you must meet the following criteria. Okay, you must be between 18 to 35 years of age. Okay, you shouldn't be above 35 years of age. You must have a GCE or A-level equivalent, okay, which enables enrollment at a university. So once you have your high school certificate, it's going to enable you to enroll in a university. That means you are qualified for the program. You do not need a degree certificate to apply for this program. You must have a minimum of 1 year experience within the tourism and hospitality industry, okay. So you need at least 1 year experience with the tourism and hospitality industry. Non-native English speakers must have an English qualification. Example, TOEFL, IELTS, or Cambridge First certificate or equivalent. However, you coming from Ghana or Nigeria or any other African country where English is your official language or your mode of communication, you are exempted from this English language qualification because ITH is going to recognize Ghana or Nigeria or your country as a native English speaking country. Okay, so you would therefore qualify as a native English speaker. Therefore, you would not need to provide any English language qualification. Okay, so this is how you are eligible for the program. Now let's look at the application. Deadline for application is March 31st 2024, so you have a few days to complete your application. Please send your complete application to office@ith-salzburg.at. So you just send your application to this email, okay, or by postal service. However, postal service is going to be kind of a long deal and some cost is going to be involved. So I bet it is quite convenient to send your application via email. Okay, so then you can read about the program here. There's an information booklet, okay, but then let's look at the most important part. Okay, so the application form is what we are concerned about. Okay, so you have to fill this application form and then you submit it to this email. Okay, so now let's look at the application form. Okay, so once you are here, you just click on application form, and once you click on application form, it's going to bring you here, and then you always have to attach your recent photograph. Okay, so attach your recent photograph, and then in addition to the general model, select one of the professional models and one of the electives which are listed below. Failure to do so results in the rejection of your application. Please note that your choice is binding. Okay, so please choose one of the professional models, whether you want to be in hospitality management or tourism management. Okay, so you choose either hospitality management or tourism management. You choose one of them, and then please choose one of the electives. Okay, so you choose either teacher training or entrepreneurship. Okay, so you choose any one of them, and then you start to put in your personal details. Okay, so you put in your family name as written in your passport, then your first name, your current place of residence, your date of birth, your city of birth. Okay, So you go through the application process, you put in all the necessary information, your occupation, where you are currently working, and then you describe your role, what you do. Okay, so remember, you should be employed in the tourism or hospitality sector. Okay, if you have more than 1 year experience, you can put in your previous employments here, and then you put in your education, that is your high school, your degree or qualification. If you already have a bachelor's degree, you can also add it, but it is not compulsory. But you need at least your high school or your secondary school education. Okay, you can look here, it is stated, state the A-level qualification or equivalent, that is KCSE WASI. Okay, so you can see the WASI here, and then other qualifications. So once you have your WASI, you are good to go. Okay, so you write the name of the examination here, the country, and then the date of your examination. Coming from Ghana or Nigeria or any other English speaking country, you are a native English speaker, so you click on yes, and then you can proceed. Do you have German language skills? If you have, you can click yes. If you don't, you can click on no. If you have some basic knowledge, you can always choose your preference here. Okay, so then, have you studied or worked abroad? You have to explain. Okay, if you have not, just write you haven't. Don't lie, I beg of you. Please do not lie. Be honest on your application. Okay, so then you put in your recommendations here. So you have to get people from your company or institution that you are currently working in to be your recommenders. Okay, so you put their details here, preferably the name, the position, the company, their relation to you, their email, and then their phone. So you put those details here. Okay, so you need 3 people to be your recommenders. Okay, there are scholarships available as well, so you have to check the scholarship box. Okay, so I would take you to the scholarship section where we break everything down extensively, but then let's finish looking at the scholarship component here and where you have to take. Okay, so to be considered for a scholarship, your application must arrive at the Institute of Tourism and Hotel Management in Salzburg, Austria, via email or postal service by March 31st. Okay, so that is the deadline, March 31st 2024. So which kind of scholarship do you apply for? Okay, so there are priority countries and then there are developing countries. Okay, there are 3 boxes that you have to tick here. Okay, so whether you are from a priority country, you are from a developing country, or you do not need a scholarship. So the general requirements are here as well. So please make sure that all documents are translated into English. All documents may be handed in as copies or scans. Authenticity of the certificate must be produced on demand. Okay, so these are the documents that you would need as part of your application. Okay, so you need a passport that is valid at least until the end of September 2025. You need your birth certificate. Also, you need your GCE A-level certificate or equivalent. So in this case, you need your WASI certificate if you come from Ghana or Nigeria, or you need the NECO if you come from Nigeria as well. Then other academic certificates, diplomas, vocational training, or degrees. If you have any other certificates as well, you must add it. And also you need a transcript of your diploma or degree or any other qualification that you have. So with your WASI, your grades are already stated on it, so that can qualify as your transcript. Additionally, you can get your transcripts from your high school. That is going to boost your chances of being selected so that they know how you performed during high school. You can also add that alternatively. However, once you have your WASI certificate, your grades are already included on that, and that can pass as your transcript. Then you need your curriculum vitae. Okay, so don't get confused. Just check the relevant resources in the description of this video, and then you are going to have access to a link on how you can generate your own curriculum vitae, okay, within a few minutes and then in a few steps. The next thing you would need is proof of occupation of at least 1 year experience in the hotel or tourism industry. Okay, so you need your appointment letter where you are working. Before you began work, they gave you an appointment letter. Okay, so you need to add that as part of your application. The next thing you would need is a recommendation letter, if possible, from your present employer. So you need a recommendation letter from your employer recommending you for this scholarship, okay, or for this program. Yeah, then you need certificate proving knowledge of English. However, coming from Ghana or Nigeria or from an English speaking country, you do not need to provide this knowledge of English certificate. You're already exempted from this. Okay, then the next thing that you would need is a letter of motivation covering the following topics. Okay, so the letter of motivation has to be in 1 or 2 pages. Okay, you are supposed to state why you are applying for this course and what are your expectations. Why have you chosen hotel or tourism management and teacher training or entrepreneurship? Okay, and what are your professional plans after your return, and how will you use the knowledge gained at ITH? I would encourage you to check the relevant resources in the description of this video. There is a link on how you can write your statement of purpose or motivation letter. Once you watch that video, you are going to become conversant with how to write your motivation letter, but then always come back to the prerequisites here, the things stated here that you must follow when you are writing your motivation letter. Okay, do not forget, answer these questions, but then after watching that video, you would be able to answer these questions efficiently and effectively. Okay, so bear that in mind when you are writing your motivation letter, and please do not exceed 2 pages. Okay, then the last thing that you would need as part of your application is a video selfie. Please see separate information sheet. Okay, so the duration of the video selfie must be 1 minute maximum. Okay, so we are going to elaborate on the video selfie in a few minutes. Okay, so these are the documents that you would need: your passport, your birth certificate, your WASI certificate, other certificates if you have, then transcript of your diploma or degree if it's applicable to you. Then you need your CV, then also your proof of occupation of at least 1 year. You need your recommendation letter. You do not need to provide any English language certificate if you are from an English speaking country and considered not a native English speaker. Then you need your letter of motivation, and then the last thing that you need is your video selfie. Please note that if the application is not filled out properly and it's not complete, the application will not be considered. Okay, so please make sure that you put out all the necessary information, such as your full address, your telephone number, the area codes, and then all the attachments. If all the required documents on the previous page, that is the required documents that I have mentioned above, are not attached to your application is not going to be considered as complete, and therefore you will not be considered for the course as well as the scholarship. The application has to be legible, be filled out in English language, and signed. If you send your application by mail, please make sure that you send your attachments as a PDF in a maximum of 2 emails and name them comprehensively. So make sure that you attach all your documents in the email. Okay, do not forget to name them very, very well. Okay, so that they can be well comprehended. The names should be clearly stated. For instance, if it is your CV, just write curriculum vitae dot and then add your name. Okay, it's advisable to add your name to all your documents. So birth certificate dot, then add your name. Passport dot, add your name. So you name them comprehensively. Okay, that is it. The entire documents have to be in English. If not, they have to be translated into the English language. In this case, copies of the documents and translation have to be submitted. Ensure to accurately fill out all application parts, regardless of whether the information has been written in your CV or resume or not. Just make sure that you fill every part of the application. And then this is the agreement, you stating that you conform with the rules of the tourism and hotel management and everything that they go by. Okay, once you are ready, you put in the place where you currently find yourself, you put in the date, and then you sign. Okay, after your signature, you are good to go. Okay, so this is how you fill your application form. After filling in your application form and adding the necessary attached documents, you always send it to this email. Don't forget. Okay, don't forget to add the necessary documents that have to be attached as well. Okay, so this is the application form. You always just click on it and then you download the application form. Now let's look at the video selfie instructions. Remember, the video selfie is part of your application. So now let's look at the video selfie instructions. There are some instructions that you have to follow if you are submitting the video selfie. Okay, so just click on the link there, and then instructions for the submission of your video selfie for the 59th batch. To give your application the final touch, please send us a personal video convincing the commission of your application until 31st March 2020 2024. Please note that only videos that meet the following criteria will be accepted. This is very, very important, okay? Only use the platform WeTransfer to forward your video. Please find a detailed description attached, okay? So WeTransfer, that is how you are going to send the video. Your video must not be longer than 1 minute, okay? So you do not exceed 1 minute. In the video, the following questions must be answered, okay? So in the video, you must answer the following questions. What is your name? Where you live? What is your professional situation? What potential has your region or community got in tourism? Why did you choose the course? And where do you see yourself in 10 years from now? So this is how you're going to answer the video. So you can start by saying, hello, my name is Abraham. I currently live in Accra, Ghana, and I am currently working with the La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. My country has potential in tourism because this is just an example that I am giving you. So just make sure that you answer these questions in the video, okay? So you can read on how to upload your video via WeTransfer here, okay? So you can read about how you can upload your video via WeTransfer here, okay? So that is it. This is how you can submit your video selfie, okay? So now that we have looked at the video selfie instructions, you are good to go. So just make sure that you download your application form. Once you download your application form, and then you fill in all the necessary details, and then add all the supporting documents that you have to add, but do not send the video directly via email. Just make sure that you download the video selfie instructions and then submit the video separately via WeTransfer, okay? So before we conclude with the video, I would like us to look at the scholarship component. Remember, on the scholarship form, we mentioned developing countries and then priority countries, okay? So priority countries have a different scholarship component, and then developing countries also have a different scholarship component, okay? So now let me break that down before we conclude with the video, because it is very necessary and very, very important, okay? So now let's look at it. Mind you, I will be inserting this link in the description so that you can verify this for yourself before you put in your application, okay? So the Austrian Development Corporation offers scholarships for students from ADC priority countries and students from other developing countries. Scholarships are awarded for the diploma course of the Institute of Tourism and Hotel Management, okay? So we have already looked at the scholarship application process, okay? So we can skip this information because we have already discussed it. There are some tips for successful scholarship application. We have already discussed this, but then you can always read about it again. This link is going to be in the description for you. The important dates, the deadline, we have already spoken about it. That is the 31st of March 2024, and then the course is going to begin on the 30th of September 2024, okay? And then visa application, you can start with the visa application process right after receiving the letter of acceptance in May 2024, okay? So you are going to receive your letter of acceptance if you are on the course by May 2024, and after that, that is when you can start your visa application, okay? So you could quite remember I mentioned priority countries, and then we mentioned the countries: Ethiopia, Uganda, Burkina Faso, Mozambique, Bhutan, Palestinian territories, Georgia, Armenia, and Moldova. So these are considered as priority countries. So once you come from these priority countries, your scholarship is going to include your tuition fee. So your tuition fee is going to be covered. Accommodation is also going to be covered for you. Your flight tickets from your country to Salzburg and back, so your round trip, okay? So you are going to, your flight is going to be sponsored from your country to Salzburg in Austria, and after you complete the course, from Salzburg back to your home country. Also, your scholarship is going to include health insurance, and you're also going to be given food from Monday to Sunday. You do not have to pay for food, and then all your excursions are also going to be sponsored, and then you're also going to receive 205 euros for your pocket money per month. Mind you, you are not paying any accommodation and you are not paying for food, so the 205 euros is for you. Anything you want to do with it, that is up to you. But this is only if you come from any of the priority countries, and my African countries are here: Ethiopia, Uganda, Burkina Faso, Mozambique. You are part of the priority countries, so then you can always access this part of the scholarship. So not included in the scholarship, okay? So transfer from the airport to the hostel and back to the airport. Once you arrive at the airport, transportation is on you, okay? So your flight ticket is what they pay for. They do not pay transfer for you from the airport to the hostel that you are going to be staying. Also, you are also going to take care of your own visa fees, okay? So the long and short of it is that you have to pay for your own visa fees. But then this scholarship is fully loaded, so the visa fees should not be a problem for you, because once you've been able to get the scholarship and you pay your visa fees and everything, once you have your pocket money of 205 euros per month, you can always sort out whoever helped you to sort out your visa fees, okay? So that is for priority countries, okay? Now let's look at developing countries, okay? So with developing countries, your tuition fee is also covered, your health insurance is covered, you have food from Monday to Friday as well, your excursions are also covered or sponsored, and you also get 205 euros for pocket money per month, okay? However, what is not included in your scholarship? Accommodation is not part of your scholarship, okay? Once you are from a developing country, accommodation is not part of your scholarship, okay? So accommodation cost has to be covered by the students who are awarded this scholarship. The total accommodation fee of 1,700 euros has to be remitted in advance before the admission letter can be issued. So coming from Ghana, Nigeria, or other countries considered as developing countries, you need to remit an amount of 1,700 euros before your admission letter can be issued, and this is going to cover your accommodation. So although your tuition is covered, you have your health insurance, food is provided for you, you have excursions covered, and you have a monthly pocket money of 205 euros. You have to pay 1,700 euros for your accommodation before you can receive your admission letter. Also, you have to pay for your own flight, okay? So your flight tickets from your country to Austria, and from Austria back to your country, you have to cater for your own flight ticket, and you also have to cater for your own visa fees, okay? So that is the difference, okay? So with the developing countries, you have to sort out your own accommodation and your own flight tickets, and with the accommodation, you have to pay 1,700 euros before your offer letter can be given to you. So that is the difference in the scholarships for the priority countries and then the developing countries. I know this video has been quite extensive, but then I had to elaborate on all the things that are needed for the application process and then the whole scholarship component of this program, okay? Remember, you do not need a degree to apply for this course, but then you have to have at least 1 year experience in the field of hospitality and tourism. I wish you all the best with your application. Remember, all the relevant links are going to be in the description. You can check that out for yourself before you put in your application. I'll definitely catch you on the flip side. Stay blessed, and I am out.